After,
en la Biblia
this
dice,
is the book of Moses.
llévese esto.
Right?
No, no,
After,
no.
you feel me?
Sí sabemos cómo se mira Jesús.
Right?
You feel me? He was like, they wasn't listening. They created a gold emblem and they started praising this thing.
Right.
Moses came down and was upset. God was about to take his own people out.
Right.
But Moses was like,
Spare my people.
you feel me? So, with that being said, with God thinking that way, with what you're saying, he doesn't change.
Right.
You feel me? What was that about?
Give me Romans 9 and start at let me say 11. Go ahead, bring that up.
Oh, this is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 8. Jesus Christ, the same yesterday and today and forever.
God doesn't change. He doesn't change his mind. Christ doesn't change his mind.
I get that, but according to what God said, was finna destroy his own people.
Okay, bring that out of Romans.
This is the book of Romans chapter 9, verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to the election might stand, not works, but of him that calleth.
So, God said it doesn't matter what the nationality or the flesh is. God, he called a specific group of people through a specific bloodline, right? Keep going.
Salakia verse, what was that? Verse 12. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. Verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
That's quoted from the book of Malachi, the third chapter, the first verse. So the first verse, the third chapter.
First chapter.
Okay, first chapter, third verse. God always loved Israel from the beginning of time, and the reason why he loved Israel is because he made a covenant with who? Because you seem like you seem like you kind of versed on it.
I do.
Okay.
I
God made a covenant. It's gonna bring it out. No,
covenant with Moses.
No, I need that same scripture.
Oh,
it was more on that. It was more on that. My bad. I'm trying to drive it home. I'm trying to make my point.
Listen, I'm learning. I'm not even coming at y'all, bro. I'm learning.
This is what we out here for.
Yeah, we are to answer questions, huh?
Yeah.
I'm saying, verse 15. Hey, shalom, bro. First he said unto Moses, I will have mercy on him.
13.
Oh, 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
God loved Jacob, the Israelites, and he hated Esau, the Edomites, right?
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God?
Right.
God forbid.
Right.
Verse 15. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I shall have compassion.
So you brought out how Moses, how God was going to destroy the Israelites, but he had mercy on the Israelites, right? And he had compassion for the Israelites, right? Matter of fact, go to Romans 9 and start at 9.
The book of Romans chapter 9 verse 9. For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son.
This is the word of promise because God had already promised Abraham before the Israelites was even a nation that his people will reign and they will be the chosen people of God.
Verse 7. Neither because verse 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived.
Matter of fact, one second, just real quick, let me bring this out. Jump up to 3. Yeah, jump up to 3.
Romans chapter 9 verse 3.
Answer your question right now. Let me bring this up.
For I could wish that myself were accursed for Christ, for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh.
So Paul is saying that he wished that he could have took on the responsibility of Christ for his people, right? The Israelites, right?
Who are the Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and of the service of God and the promises.
So what my brother had just brought out, God doesn't change. He was bad. He was vexed with Israel, but he really wasn't going to destroy us. That's just like me telling my son that my son got locked up, and I tell him he shouldn't have been out there playing with them kids, and now you in a messed up predicament. I'm not going to bail you out, but guess what? The mercy of your father gonna bail you out. He loved his child, right? So that was just God just, feeling some type of way. But at the end of the day, he's a just and righteous God. He knew that his people he know that we mess up, and that's why we in the conditions that we are today. But even so, even though we mess ups, he still loves us today. But go ahead, brother.
No, man, I was just gonna say I definitely understand. I know the people of Israel. You feel me? I'm from the tribe of Judah.
Okay, come. All praises.
feel me? So
you know a little something.
I know a little something.
That's perfect.
What I was trying to get through was like, yo, like God, like I do understand that God is the Almighty.
Right.
He can do whatever He wants.
Yes.
Feel however He wants. He can change whatever He wants.
But He doesn't change.
That's right.
Everything that's written in the book is concrete, solidified, right?
In the book.
So
that's why I asked the first question. I'm like, well, how does He feel about the people now? His people, even though His chosen people was the people of Israel, the Israelites, you feel me?
Right.
But at the end of the day, we are His people.
Right.
So what I was trying to figure out is how does He feel now? Not 2,000 plus years ago, because that's all written in the Word.
Right.
All of it, how He felt, what He went through, what He been through. What I'm trying to figure out now is like, how does He feel now? What is He saying now? What is He trying to do now? How is He moving now? See
Isaiah 54
how does He feel
and 7.
about us now? How does He feel about everybody now? You see what I'm saying?
With great mercies.
What was that I just brought out? Second Thessalonians. Oh yeah. And you believe in the New Testament?
No, I don't. I believe that the Old and the New Testament is all the same testament, but I feel like people are messing with the Word. People are messing with the Scriptures. The New Testament, I don't really know because it says all the same thing in the Old Testament, but it could just change a couple of words or whatever. I don't know how I feel about the New Testament. I don't know about that. I'm going into because the Bible that I have is the Old Testament and New Testament.
What has you questioned the New Testament?
It has the fact that it says New Testament. If God never changes, why does there need to be a New Testament?
Well, like you said, that's just man putting a distinct difference on it. But it's all one long story in one long book. Nothing's changed. You see what I'm saying? It's just like even right now, if we was to rewrite the Bible or add to the Bible, we'll be talking about what we going through as a people in San Bernardino or in America in general, and it'll sound eerily similar to what we was going through in ancient Greece, ancient Babylon, ancient Rome.
That's
right. You know what I'm saying? We was the oppressed people then, we are the oppressed people now. And just like Christ was against the people that was oppressing His people then, He's against the people who's oppressing His people now. He doesn't change. You see what I'm saying? So Christ, you got something?
Yeah. In 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 6, seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Right? It is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to those who trouble you.
Can you explain that in my language?
Okay, so it is a good thing with the Most High to pay back those who did us injustice, right?
Didn't He say that revenge was His?
Yes, and it's His only. So that's we're not taking we're not up here beating up random white people. You see what I'm saying?
So some of us.
I can't say Israelites. Maybe some random white dude was feeling himself and he walked up to the wrong camp and got boot popped. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? We not picking fights. We fight with our word. And hold on, I got it right here.
I got a weapons of you are my weapons of
That's
Battle axe.
Yeah, you got my battle axe. What is that on? I got
Hebrews 12.
I'm just trying to understand more. That's
Con.
all praises. But to answer your question, yeah, like the brother was saying, we the whole Bible is one thing. For instance, it is the Most High's vengeance. Somebody give me Psalms 144, right? What you getting?
I got Jeremiah 28.
Yeah, give me that. Give me Psalms 144. Salakia. I know I told you to get what he was saying. But you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Whatever is said here is you're gonna hear in the New Testament, right? And I'm gonna show you the same thing that's in Revelation is in Isaiah, because I'm sure you read Isaiah, right?
I'm up to Moses book 2.
Okay, you're on the Exodus. Okay, come.
That's Exodus.
Oh, that's Exodus. Yeah, come. Okay, it's crazy. There's a couple things in Exodus that we were about to touch on in class too. But you got that?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28 and verse 8. The prophets that has been here before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and pestilence.
So everything that's said here is in Matthew 24. Christ said the same exact thing. He said, before I come back, you're going to hear wars, rumors of wars, nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And even then the end ain't here yet.
And let me break down why I brought that out. What we out here doing in you asked a specific question. How does God feel about the other nations, right?
Just about all of us.
Okay, the Israelites from old all the way to what we're doing now. We prophesy.
Because I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead, bro. What's your name?
I'm Sadiq, bro.
Sadiq?
Sadiq was on Dr. Rahman. Okay. I'm Shana. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
We'll grab my sweatshirt.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. That's what
Grab my
go
sweatshirt.
ahead. I just wanted to know because you know what?
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure.
My bad. No, it's good, man. It's good. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. But I'm still listening. I'm still here.
All praises.
But the prophets of old, they was prophesying against Babylon, saying this place is gonna be destroyed. What was the king's name? Was it Belshazzar or was it Nebuchadnezzar? With Daniel.
At that point that was Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay, Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, right? And he wanted to inquire of his dream on what it meant. And Daniel kept it 100 and saying, "Hey, look, I got the prophecy of the dream. This place is going to be destroyed."
Real quick, sorry. I wanted to ask, could you please pull up the scripture where it says that God never liked Esau from the beginning?
Oh shit!
And also,
yeah, we just read that.
No, but he
wasn't in Malachi. He wasn't in Malachi.
Because I remember, when Esau and Jacob was born,
Right.
Esau basically, like, Jacob gave away his birthright.
No, Esau
gave away his birthright because he was lazy and he was all tired and stuff. So I would like to confirm that God in the book that he does not
One king. One right there.
All right, give me give me Ezekiel 35 and verse 6.
Oh,
yeah, verse 6. This is what I'm bringing out right now.
Sure, thank you.
Well, I think it's 36 and 5.
What's your age?
Yeah, there we go. Bring that out. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 35 verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in that time when their iniquity had an end. Let me see if I think you want
the
here.
verse before that.
Yeah, I think you were probably thinking of verse 2. We're starting with verse 2. Verse 1. Ezekiel 35 and 5. Moreover, the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. Mount Seir is the capital of Esau, right? And prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith Yahweh power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee the most desolate. I will lay thy cities the waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and has had shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. And since thou hast not bladed blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with the slain men in thy hills and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword.
Real quick, give me Obadiah 1 and 6.
Because that's not Jesus. That's a white man.
We're going to get to him. We're dealing with our brother.
Yeah, we did.
Obadiah 1 and 6.
Obadiah 1?
Yeah.
Who told you this?
The Bible.
The Bible told us.
Now get up the block. The book of Obadiah. Where we at?
Verse 6.
Obadiah verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
No, 10. My bad.
Oh, verse 10? Verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Thou shalt be cut off forever. This whole chapter is talking about Esau. Now jump up to 18.
Verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Jacob a flame.
So God is going to, because in the book of Hebrews, he says that God says that he uses the Israelites as his weapons of war. He uses us to carry out his hits, for lack of better words.
And the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall be kindled in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining in the house of Esau.
Read that again.
There shall not be any remaining in the house of Esau.
God say he gonna destroy the Edomites and take them out. Period. This is their kingdom right now, and this is why God is letting Esau live it up right now. But in the kingdom to come, they gonna be slaves and they gonna get exterminated. Thus says the Most High.
That's what we're hearing. Read that. My next question would be: so, do you think that if there was anyone who was of Esau, you feel me?
Yeah, he came out of
he could
he
bend
was born
a certain
just
way
like
to
none of us.
get redemption, to redeem himself when his ancestors.
Got something for me? I'm gonna let my brother bring it out. I can answer that in so many ways.
The book of Isaiah chapter 14, and we'll start at verse 1.
Let this shit go by.
I saw you guys. I was like,
Came on the block though.
Hey, you're on the block though.
Oh, praise.
Isaiah chapter 14 from the top. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
So the strangers is, of course, the non-Israelites. They're going to join unto us whenever they see us being redeemed and us being delivered. They're going to be like, these is truly the people of God. We want to go with them, right?
Salakia, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh.
And the house of Israel shall what?
Possess them in the land of the Lord.
What's the word possession mean?
Possession means just you got it. You have it.
You own them.
Own that.
You own them.
That's right.
All this is our possession. You know what I'm saying?
Right, keep going.
Salakia. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh.
And that's the land of the Most High is the kingdom of heaven, right? Which is going to be on earth. It's not in the sky like Christianity has told us. Yeah, we gonna take the kingdom.
I was shocked.
God.
Yeah, I was calm. Right up.
We're going to take the kingdom.
Right. Right. Con.
For servants and handmaids, and they shall
For what?
for servants and handmaids.
We was servants and handmaids on the book, and I'm gonna just quote it. The book of Revelations 13:10 says, "He who lead into captivity shall go into captivity." This is Christ talking. He who kill with the sword must be killed with the sword. And when you jump into the book of Genesis chapter 27, I believe, whenever Esau was given a blessing, he was given the blessing of the sword, right? He was prophesied to be a dude that will always be war stricken. You see what I'm saying? No, he didn't die by the sword.
Hopefully his people will.
Yeah. and truthfully, Jacob and Esau made amends whenever they was both living, right?
Yeah,
they squashed their beef, but no, that's you talking about Joseph. But he didn't become a pharaoh; he became like an ambassador for the pharaoh, right?
Salakia, shall possess them for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captive, whose captives they were.
And they shall take them captives. Who captivated us?
That's right. Bring it out.
I want to hear you say it, bro. Okay,
That's right.
They took us. They took us captive, right? So the Bible says that we're going to take them captive, right? And keep going.
Whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
And they shall rule over their oppressors. Hey, what's your name, my man? He don't want to hear it. He don't want to hear it. Hey,
bro.
According to the Bible, the Israelites, the black Hispanics, and the Native Americans is gonna rule over our oppressors, right?
That's right.
In the same way y'all be our backs in for 400 years. Give me Revelations chapter 18 and start at verse 6. Let's bring this out for you.
Bring it out.
Oh, you're that fire and brimstone preacher we're missing. 18 what?
18 and 6.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 6.
Bring it out.
Reward her even as she rewarded.
Jump up, 1.
Oh, verse 5.
No, jump up to 4. My bad, Salah.
Verse 3. I'm over verse 3.
I'll start at 4.
I'll start verse? Oh, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people.
So this voice or this angel is telling the Israelites to come out of Babylon, which is America today, but not figuratively, but it's saying like come out of her spiritually, right?
Salaki. Come out of her, my people, that ye not be partakers of her sin, that ye receive not of her plagues.
Don't celebrate Christmas. Don't do everything that they doing, so we won't receive the judgment that these people gonna get. Because according to the Bible, 2/3 of our people is gonna get judged by God because we want to follow the ways of the other nations. Let me just finish this verse real quick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For her sins have reached unto heaven.
This is talking about Babylon. Babylon's sins have reached into heaven. What's going on right now? Sexual immorality, homosexuality, child trafficking, all kind of wicked shit is going on in America. Keep going.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities.
Right.
Reward her, even as she rewarded you.
That's important. The Bible was saying reward her, which is talking about Babylon, the same way she rewarded you. So she didn't reward us with money and riches and all that. She rewarded us with oppression, rape, rob, murder, plundering. You know what I'm saying? And they took all of our resources. They even took our identity and claimed it as their own, right?
Selected. And double unto her, double according to her works.
So the Christ is saying that what they did to us, we gonna double that, and we gonna get them double in reverse. You know what I'm saying? We gonna pay them back double, right? Keep going.
And the cup which she filled to her double.
And when it's talking about the cup, that's talking about judgment. So the judgment that whatever they did to us, their judgment is gonna be double that, right?
Sure.
So yeah, so that's how God feels about the other nations right now. You know what I'm saying? Even to this day, like because it was already prophesied and promised that this was gonna happen to the other nations. And why would God change his mind and lie to us for all these thousands of years, and we have to go through all this bullshit just for in the end he'd be like, you know what, we kumbaya up there with our oppressors. You know what I'm saying?
Bring it out.
That's not gonna happen. You know what I mean?
I do. I understand completely. I have another question.
Go ahead.
Lots of questions.
Go ahead. We out here for you.
All right. So my first question would be, when it comes to Christmas.
It's like your 5th question, but go ahead. But we here for you. We listening.
So my first question would be,
Jeremiah 10.
Would be like, so what if people had a whole different perspective of Christmas? Not because it's supposedly a
pagan holiday.
You feel me? Or even if it's a pagan holiday, whatever. So because the way I look at it is like, bro, you live in this world that's all messed up. Period.
Right.
They want
It gets job.
people get this love that's supposed to be. You feel me? That it isn't, but it's supposed to be. That's once.
But do you know that prior to the 1900s, Christmas was outlawed in America because it was considered a pagan holiday?
Nah, I don't.
Yeah, you look that up.
I understand that it is a pagan holiday and everything. But I'm saying, what if the perspective?
Bring it out.
Christmas.
Now, this is the perspective the Most High has, right?
Bring it out.
We follow God, right? We obey God, not man, right?
Right.
So, yeah, man, especially the white man, he wants us to partake in Christmas because he know a lot of black and Hispanic dollars is gonna build up the economy on that one. That 1 month, we spending more money than we would spend all throughout the year. You see what I'm saying? So now let's see how God feel about that. Bring that
The
up.
book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 from the top. Hear ye which the word which Yahweh has spoken unto you, O house of Israel.
God always talks to the Israelites. He's not talking to nobody else but us. You know what I'm saying? My fellow brother from the tribe of Judah. You know what I'm saying?
Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen.
Say what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Christmas is a heathen custom. You know what a heathen is?
I know what a heathen is supposed to be, but I don't know the correct definition.
Okay, the correct, because we've been taught a heathen is just some, because I used to be called a heathen when I was younger because I was running rampant in these streets of San Bernardino. You know what I'm saying? You a heathen. But a heathen is any nation outside of the Israelites. It's a foreign nation. That's what it's talking about.
Sure.
So
Nation is a heathen, not the Israelites.
Right.
Yeah.
So, read that again.
Follow not the way of the heathen,
Keep going.
and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Because the Romans, the Greeks, and all that, they name all these stars and these celestial, so on and so forth after they own thing. You know what I'm saying? So we're not supposed to look in the sky and say, oh, this and all that. You see what I'm saying?
Be not dismayed at the signs of the heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
And it's not talking about heaven, the fourth dimension where God resides. It's talking about the sky. They're like, yeah.
So can you please read that for me?
Yeah.
Bring
it from the top.
From the top. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, from the top. Hear ye the word which Yahweh spake unto you.
Reading in this what it said.
Hear ye the word which the Lord hath spoken unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of the heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the custom of the people are vain.
The what?
The custom
of the people are vain.
The word vain means it has no meaning. You know what I'm saying?
I was off timing, my bad.
For one cutteth the tree out, and of the forest, and works of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
Okay, now do me a favor. Whose book is this?
Oh, the book of Jeremiah.
And when Jeremiah was writing this, where was he located?
In Babylon.
And the Israelites were what in Babylon?
Slaves in Babylon.
We were slaves in Babylon.
Ah, bring it out.
The Babylonians.
The Cushites.
So
probably didn't get there.
This is Jeremiah.
It's Jeremiah. Keep going.
Salakia. Verse 3. Where'd you go? Verse 3. Yeah, I lost verse 3. For one cutteth the tree out. Salakia.
No, my bad.
You good.
Listen at this carefully, bro. For sure.
Of the forest. For the work.
No, bring that part back.
Oh, Salakia.
For one cutteth the tree out.
For the custom of the people are vain. For one cutteth the tree out of the forest, and the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
So what it's saying is describing the custom that the heathens do. So it started off saying don't follow the ways of the heathens, but now it's telling us a custom that the heathens do. It's saying that the heathens go and chop a tree, go in the forest and chop a tree out, right? With an axe, right? Keep going.
Verse 4. They deck it with.
Yeah, I'm right with you.
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold. Right. They fasten it with nails, and with hammers they move it not.
Right.
They are upright as the palm.
Right.
But speak not. They must need to be born, because they cannot go.
Okay, that's it on that. So they cut a tree out of the forest. They take it back home. They deck it, meaning they decorate it with silver and gold. And that's what it's saying. Don't follow the ways of the heathens. You're not supposed to do that, right? So that's literally what the Bible is telling us. So when you saying that, what if Christmas make people feel good and make families come together and all, it don't matter, because God said don't do that.
God,
it was written, right? You feel me though? Yeah, for sure. Sorry.
Now my next question.
Is we answer your questions, man?
Yes.
Okay. According to what? The Bible, right?
According to the Bible.
We not philosophizing and telling you what we want to tell you. We coming straight out the scriptures with it.
That's what I love, man. I'm from Philly, bro, so I already know how the Israelites is.
Okay, yeah. That's one of the meccas out there. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely.
So now my next question is, how can I be sure, according to the book, that God read that something from the book,
right,
that was written a long time ago?
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
All right, let me
try to figure out what if things had to, what if he had to do something different? Like, I'm not saying that he had to forgive the Edomites, the Esau. I'm not saying he had to do all that.
Right.
It's like, dang, like, all right, I gotta do different. So now I gotta shift this way and shift that way. How can I be sure?
But I'm just explain it like this. The Bible is a prophetic book, right? So everything that was written from the beginning all the way to the end, it's either happened or it's gonna happen, and there's no in between. There's no new prophecies brought about, because everything that we got in the book of Revelation, we living in it right now. Nations rising up against nations, pestilence, war, the market.